Why are you here? You might be asking, probably I'm asking, why are you in church? I'm not asking, why are you in church? Because I know you come to the presence of God to receive from the Lord. But why are you here? Or where are you? When I receive this message, I don't really understand it. I don't know what God is trying to say. The book of Psalm 12, verse 1 alone. Psalm 12, verse 1. Let's quickly look at that.
Help, Lord, for the godly man sees it, for the faithful fail from among the children of men.
Amen. A lot of us, we don't know why we are in a specific position, or why we are in a specific location, or why we are being born into a specific family, or where you are in a specific community, or why you are being born into a specific country. And many people believe it's by accident that you are being a native of one country, a native of one village, like a resident of one community at a point in time, or you are being in a certain society at a point in time. They believe it's just by accident. But there's no mistake in God. God already created everything perfectly. Already arranged everything perfectly. That is where the question stands. Why are you here? Have you ever asked yourself why God has developed you so much in certain area? Why God has given you intelligence so much in certain area? Why you are so good in doing certain things? Have you ever asked God, why are you so eloquent? You can speak and everybody will listen to you. Have you ever asked yourself, why am I able to do one specific task that people will look at me like, oh, he's a genius? Because God can give the same ability to anybody. What you have, He can give to anybody. So we have to know that whatever God gives to you is not about you. No, it's not about you. It's about somebody else, elsewhere, that you probably don't know about. It's about some other lives elsewhere that you don't even have knowledge of. That might be the reason why God is preparing you. And quickly, when God has prepared us and we are at a certain level, we quickly forget. We switch off. Oh, I'm so intelligent. People call me genius because I'm good. You quickly forget him because this thing is not about you. Nobody brings anything to this world. I repeat, nobody brings anything. Everybody has the same stupidity when you are being born to this world. If you have a newborn baby right now, and you start speaking to that baby, and the baby starts speaking, what are you going to do? You're going to run away. Quickly, you run away. Because that intelligence is not expected of that baby at that point in time. But because of the destiny in your life, God has already predestined that you are going to do this and this and this and this. So as you are growing up, it will be chipping the thing into your life. giving you informations, giving you ability to be able to get to where he wants you to get to. Not because of you. Not only because of your family. Is life about what we're going to eat and what we're going to drink? How much food are you going to eat a whole year? How many houses are you going to live in for the rest of your life? How many cars do you want to drive? But at some point in time, God will just fashion you in a different way that is different from people in your community. You might be the only one that is different, so intelligent, so wise among them. It's because God knows that he wants your life to be a light to some other people. The moment you started being full of yourself, the life of those people is going to be miserable. When God is speaking to me about this, he says something about the Israelites that they quickly forgetting why he took them to Egypt. The book of Psalm 105 we're going to read from verse 7 to 26. I want a fast reader. 105 from verse 7 to 26.
He is the Lord our God. His judgments are in all the earth. He had remembered his covenant forever, the word which he had commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, Unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the Lord of your inheritance. When they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it, when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, Touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant, whose feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron, until the time that his word came. The word of the Lord tried him. The king sent and loosed him, even the ruler of the people, and let him go free. He made him lord of his house, and ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure, and teach his senators wisdom. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Am. And he increased his people greatly, and made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. He sent Moses his servant, and Aaron who he had chosen. They shewed his signs among them, and wonders in the land of Ham. He sent darkness and made it dark, and they rebelled not against his word. He turned their waters into blood, and slew their fish. The land brought forth frogs in abundance in the chambers of their kings. He spake, and there came divers sorts of flies, and lice in all their coats. And he gave them hail for rain, and flaming fire in their land. He smote their vines also in their fig trees, and brake the trees of their coast. He spake, and the locusts came in caterpillars, and that without number, and did eat up all the herbs in their land, and devoured the fruit of their ground. He smote also all the firstborn in their land, and chief of all their strength. He brought them forth also with silver and gold, and there was not one feeble person among their tribes. Egypt was glad when they departed, for the fear of them fell upon them. He spread a cloud for a covering, and fire to give light in the night. The people asked, and he brought quails, and satisfied them with the bread of heaven. He opened the rock, and the waters gushed out. They ran in the dry places like a river, for he remembered his holy promise, and Abraham his servant. And he brought forth his people with joy, and his chosen with gladness, and gave them the lands of the heathen, and they inherited the labor of the people, that they might observe his statutes, and keep his laws. Praise ye the Lord.
Hallelujah. When God gave me this psalm I read through, I quickly start thinking about our native countries. As a result of what God was discussing with me. But later on I realized it's not talking about a particular race. It's just talking about humanity. Initially I thought, he said, do you realize that Israel would not have been in slavery if they realize that the time they're supposed to spend in Egypt is a limited time? That they have a land of promise, a destiny that God has placed before them, the covenant. He said, remember the covenant he made with Abraham. And he confirmed it with Jacob. He said, this land that you are standing tonight is the land that I've covenanted with your father to give to all his descendants. He confirmed it. Now, shortly after, Jacob and they forgot about the promises of God. Their promised land. They went to Egypt. God is with them there. They flourish. They were stronger, intelligent. Why did God make them to flourish? Why did God make them to be intelligent? Why did he make them to be stronger? So that they will be able to go back to where their covenant is and establish the purpose of God right there as a strong nation. But they quickly get carried away with the cucumber of the land. And they wasted their destiny there. They wasted their generation. Let me tell you, anything can happen anytime. The moment what God is expected of you, if you fail in what God is expected of you, you fail your generation. Many people will be thinking, oh, it's only if you can do something this big, a little tiny thing that you can put into your generation will make a lot of difference in people's life. Sister Adeleke, I can feel you when you are talking. I know what you are talking about. I'm in the same shoe. And when God was talking to me, I was kind of crying. God, I don't know what I'm going to do. He said, just the little, whatever little you think you can do, just do it. When you press further in the little you can do, then I will be strengthening you. You'll be able to progress. There's some things you don't get. The reason why I quickly realized that God is not talking about the country Nigeria or any African country, he's talking about humanity, is that God says, can you remember the founders of this nation when they found this nation? I have a covenant with them. A sure covenant. And I brought them from another land to this land, this same land. And when they get here, I give them this land as an inheritance. And they make a covenant with them. I said, they derive from my covenant. He said, as much as they derive, he said, there are still some people that are standing. Now these people that are standing are doing what you people supposed to do for you. I can imagine some people, pastors will leave Nigeria and they say they're going on a missionary journey to America. I always laugh. Which missionary journey are you coming to do in America? There's some other country that are having problems. They're supposed to go and help. Not this place. Many Americans are going to Africa to help people that have a problem, people that cannot help themselves. They are working for humanity. Many people they can lead. My friend was talking to one guy, and he asked this guy, said, "Oh, my regards to your wife." Say, "I don't have one." All of children say, "I don't have one." Say, "Why?" He said, "Because I believe my life has been sacrificed to this nation." He said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I cannot have a wife or children because I committed everything in my life for this nation, to defend this nation. And there are some people that will not be happy running after me. I will not have the strength to defend a woman or children. So I have to do away with them. I don't want any wife and I don't want any children." When my friend was telling me, I was really weeping. What I really want to do, what I really cherish most, somebody just lay it down because of his country. Many of us from Africa will run to America. We don't know why God brought you here. When you get here, God refashioned you. Many of us, we are nobody before we get to this country. We are nobody. When you get to America, you have been given a lot of opportunity, a lot of information. You gather a lot of ability, intelligence, and you keep everything to yourself. There are some people languishing that they're going to need your help. Well, many of us are so full of ourselves that we cannot even help our next neighbor. Talk less of going to a remote area where there is no light, where they don't have good water, or they have good roads, where you cannot you cannot take your beautiful car and ride on that road. You don't want to go there. You don't want to be in that situation. Guess what? There's thousands of Americans, even whites, going to Africa that are medical doctors, living in remote areas where there's mosquitoes. Remote areas that stinks. Remote areas where there's disease. Where there's pestilence that people die anyhow. They prefer these people to die in their hands. Rescue whoever they can rescue. Revive whoever they can revive. But we are sitting here so comfortable that you don't even care about the destiny of people that are perishing. New generation are being born into this world on a daily basis. Children into this world on a daily basis. And guess what? They are hopeless. If you see, that's Psalm 12. He said, "Help, O Lord." Because the godly men, the godly women cease. Nobody think about anybody anymore. Nobody think about God anymore. Everybody is so full of themselves. They don't want to do anything for humanity. They don't want to make any sacrifices. You see, in Nigeria today, if they say all Nigerians will come to America, everybody will come in. But what are they coming here for? What are they coming here for? We don't realize this country started the way our country started. This country is so wretched as our country is so wretched before. Some people pay the ultimate prices. Some people suffer because before we can enjoy a steady light. This steady light. I realized before, because I can always imagine that. during the winter, I always ask myself, how do these people survive? In Nigeria, I cannot go to Jos in the Harmattan time because of the cold. I ask myself, imagine when there's a lot of snows, how do these people survive? Some people decide that it's better for the life of people to be better than what they have right now. So they pay the ultimate prices. So what are we doing? We have children all over the world. Even presently in America, children don't have food to eat. As great as this nation is. But we are so full of ourselves, we don't even look at them. They are you see, in the last 2 years, hardly can you see beggars on the street of Maryland. It's on rare cases. But right now, take your car, drive every intersection, you will see beggars there. People that are homeless, that have no hope, everywhere. But we are so full of ourselves, we don't even think about them. All our do, oh, my Lord is good. He has done me so well. Oh, my soul, we're going to praise the Lord. Just another song. If God has blessed you, remember the reason and the purpose of God for your life. God did not bless you because He just wants to bless you. All you need to survive is probably 3 square meal a day. As a matter of fact, I don't hit 3. I don't. If I hit 3 square meal, then I'm in trouble. It's not because I don't want to, but I'm not used to it anymore. 3 square meal, a roof over your head, probably a car to drive with, at times. Have a good clothes on yourself. Your children have good education. Then, are we actually tutoring our children and giving them the idea that as they are growing up, they should not be close to themselves? Oh, me and my money. Oh, me and my this. Oh, me and my this. If your children realize that that is who you are, that is what they're going to copy from you. If everything about you is me, and your children realize that nothing goes out from the 4 walls of the family outside, when they grow up, they will do the same thing. And what's going to happen? Every other people that they're supposed to help will be suffering. You see, and if this thing continue, there will be so more chaos in the whole world. People that are less privileged, that don't have anything to eat, they are the ones that will not allow people that have something to eat to live. You want to be comfortable. Somebody besides you, you are not comfortable. And you have the grace to help, but you don't. Guess what? The people around that are not comfortable, they might they might try to survive that situation a little bit. They will have children. Their children will have children. Their children will have children. So problem will be multiplied. Instead of take care of that single problem, so that the problem will not multiply. Let's use the right tools of love, of compassion, to revive the chaotic world. If we don't, we might be gone, but our children will suffer for it. Joseph was gone. His brother was gone. Jacob was gone. And the Bible recorded there was a king that did not know Joseph. When Joseph Joseph was there, everything is okay. He's covered. He said, but there was a king that did not know Joseph. Then he said, who are these people? What did he say? If you look at read the book of Exodus chapter 1, if you read verse 8 down, he said, let us deal wisely with them. You know when your enemy say, we're going to deal wisely with you. It's not a pleasant wiseness. It's a bitter one. Let's deal wisely with them. Enemy will not deal wisely with you in that name. So the Bible says we should be redeeming the time, because the days is full of evil. So the time that we are able to revive today will not lead to another evil tomorrow. You see, in this country, God brought us to this country not by accident, to make some necessary changes. God give you the chance to do it. It might not be for everyone. That's the reason why you have to know why you are here. Are you here because dollar is so wonderful? Yes, everybody come here because of dollar, right? Yes. But your life is not about that alone. It's not about the dollars. Because when you die, the dollar is still going to stay. It's still not stay. There was a guy that says, he said, everybody comes to this world with nothing. And he said, when you are going to go back home broke. Nothing in your pocket. You're going to go back to heaven broke. You are not taking anything. So, whatever grace that God has given to you, use it wisely with people around you. Use it wisely with your generation. So, why are you here? Did you ever ask God why He has brought you to this country? Did you ever ask? Did you ever ask God why you are a native of one particular country? Because God never made mistake. Did you ever ask why you are an American citizen? Did you ever ask why you are a Nigerian citizen? Did you never ask God why you are a Ghanaian? Do you ever ask God why you are a Liberian? Do you ever ask God why you are who you are? Because every single human being is unique in their own ways. And God didn't ever make mistake for making us very different. Everything about us is different. You cannot see two people that will be perfectly identical. It's not possible. It's because what God is expected of every single individual is different. Did you ever ask God why you are a human being and not an animal? Did you ever ask God why He has not made you to be a stone? Because He is the one that created everything. You can decide if it's a stone, it's a stone. If it's a dog, it's a dog. If it's a cat, it's a cat. Yep. But He has chosen you to be a human being, to be full of intelligence, and giving you a series of ability to do whatever some other people will not be able to do. Why did He give you that ability? Why did He make you so wise? Did you ever ask God about that? Did you ever ask God why He has given you that profession? When I just get to this country, I want to. Everybody say, "Oh, everybody do nursing." But see, I realized there's a lot of money there. Then I start pursuing that profession. And it comes to a point. I ask myself, I said, "Wait a minute. I'm an engineer. Why am I going to this? Did I ask God if I should go or not?" And God said, "Yes, you didn't ask me. But I don't want you even to go there." I said, "God, what do you want me to do?"